Salute, what's good? Each and every one of you who support the channel. Big salute to you as always. You already know. You already know, shawty. It's fight week or weekend. Looking forward to the women for the undisputed. How tough is that? You have two women fights that's going down for undisputed. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? One has multiple divisions, and this is the first time she's gonna compete for undisputed. You know what I'm saying? We can't say that the fellas haven't tried this. You know what I'm saying? The fight for undisputed. We're not just talking about any undisputed. We're talking about somebody who has 7 weight divisions and then finally get an opportunity to fight for undisputed. But yet that's the same thing they criticized Floyd Mayweather for. You know, he should have pretty much went for undisputed. You know, it's not like it's going to change anything, but it's always good for conversation for them to bring it up. And then Alicia Baumgartner, right? She's taken off. She's left the launch pad. You feel me? She's left the launch pad. You know what I'm saying? Picking up the title against Terry Harper, and then unifying the titles in her last fight, and now have an opportunity to fight for Bacon. That pretty much is going to zip it up. That's going to take her to a whole nother level. You feel me? So that's good for women's boxing. You know what I'm saying? Kudos and clap it up for them. Salute. I'm definitely going to be tuned in. Looking forward to it. You know what I'm saying? And we'll be tuned in. WCS will be tuned in. Real talk. Hopefully everyone out there is doing great. Like I told you, every now and then, I'm going to come out here, you know, get in front of the camera, whatever. You know, I'm just not a camera person, man. You know what I'm saying? Every now and then I'll jump on the camera, whatever. But shout out to the supporters, man. Everyone has been supporting your guy. You know what I'm saying? Channel. Hit the like button if you choose to. Sub to the channel. Pass the word if you already subbed. You know what I'm saying? You want to donate to the channel, do so. It's welcome. Appreciate it. Everything else. Shout out to the XO Factory on deck in the building. Great live today, man. Great live. Keep doing your thing there, brother. You know what I'm saying? Great live today. King Mitch on deck. You already know what it is. CMD Boxing. What's good? What's good? What's good? Shout out to you, OG. I'm on deck listening in. Appreciate you, man. Y'all definitely go check out XO Factory, man. The XO Factory in the building. Yeah, but it's like one of those things like, I want to come on here and talk about the CreHATERS. Yeah, that's what we should start calling these channels the CreHATERS, bro. Because all they speak on is hate. They can't do a full week on some positive boxing. And is it basically contaminating the YTC? It is. For this simple fact right here. How is somebody going to respect us and come on here and do interviews? We have so many channels talking about the same narrative to the same person. Now, I'm not talking about just Bud Crawford being hated on. There's plenty of fighters that they selectively choose to hate on. But what I'm trying to tell y'all is, I mean, what was the purpose? What's the purpose of them taking us serious? What's the purpose of them saying that's a big fight? But all you see is negative content being put out on allegedly the biggest fight. It can't be the biggest fight when you're drowning it in polluted media. You know what I'm saying? The narratives that you're pushing is pretty much infecting people. You are infecting your listeners with negativity when it comes to this fight or any other fight that's supposed to be the best contending against the best. You know what I'm saying? How's that supposed to register or resonate to the outside casual fan if all they see on here is negativity, bro, about fighters? It doesn't make any sense. That's why I have to digress, fall back a little bit, then go over here and check out some other combat sports. You know what I'm saying? Because boxing takes you down the yellow brick road, bro. You know what I'm saying? It takes you down the yellow brick road. It takes you to a fairy tale land and shit. It had you up here creating storylines. You know what I'm saying? But this yellow brick road right here, it don't have no Oz at the end of it. Because we already know Oz was a little nigga. You know what I'm saying? Boxing just take you down the yellow brick road. There ain't no damn destination in that bitch. This YTC media is like the yellow brick road. It's twists and turns and everything. You know, storylines, plots, suspense, intrigue, climax. All we want is the simple shit. We want the fights that we see in the ranking system, and we say, okay, this fighter would be good to fight this fighter. But yet and still, we have live streams about information that has absolutely nothing to do with anything. It's all about who don't like this person, why they don't like him, who they haven't fought, who they should fight. You know what I'm saying? If they fought somebody worth recognition, you go into their resume and say, oh, they haven't really fought anybody. So he's not going to really get no credit for that person. It just goes back and forth, man. You know what I'm saying? It just goes back and forth. And unfortunately, I remember going through the Deontay Wilder era when they was linking him up to Anthony Joshua. And they was hating like I'm talking about, they was getting personal with Wilder. And this is the Wilder that was undefeated. This man had pretty much sat down every opponent he ever faced, right? And they wouldn't give that man any freaking credit. They was pretty much saying the fighters that he was fighting, granted that he was fighting who's accessible, right? The fighters that he was fighting were bums, right? So the heavyweight division, it wasn't like the depth of it was a murderer's row 1 through 10. It never was like that. But the fighters that he had fought with the skill level that they perceived to be fragmented, deficient, he wasn't really truly a boxer. He was still knocking these dudes out. So therefore, when it got to Tyson Fury, not only did the man fight him 3 times, shouty, he went to court. He went to court when they was trying to make Tyson Fury Anthony Joshua. He went to court to get a trilogy after taking that punishment in the rematch, shawty. And now, look, coming full circle, they look at Deontay Wilder like, yeah, we respect him. You know, he got his ass beat. That's what you would hear, right? He got his ass beat. But I'll be honest with you. He showed the warrior spirit. He showed the warrior spirit, man. He went out on his shield. This man went further distance in the trilogy than he did in the rematch, man. With the skills that y'all say he was deficient in. You understand what I'm saying? This man went in there for his 11th title defense and lost his title. Reigning over 5 years. It's crazy. I went through the hate. with Wilder. But the crazy part about it is, listen to me with the CreHATERS. Listen to me when I explain to you the CreHATERS. This is the wild part about it. These are the same creators that were supporting Deontay Wilder, right? They was big Deontay Wilders. For the most part, they was big Deontay Wilder fans. Deontay Wilder was with PBC. Now that Deontay is proven that he's always been that dude, took 2 losses to Tyson Fury, now switches over to Terrence Bud Crawford. So you know exactly why they hating on Crawford, right? Okay? They ain't on Crawford because he's not a PBC fighter. Crawford was supposedly across the street. So what the CreHATERS did was pretty much, they went with the PBC fighter. Now, if you would have looked at this, right, they wasn't worried about Terrence Crawford when he was at 140. It only happened when he moved up to 47. Deontay Wilder, not too long ago, was a motherfucking fighter that got all the fingers pointed at him, all the hate, all the damn vitriol. They was vilifying this man every chance he get, bro. They was vilifying Deontay Wilder every chance he get. He was with PBC, though. They was vilifying him. I'm talking about the other haters. I'm not talking about these new roster of Bud Crawford, protesters. What I'm trying to say is, in a manner for which they speak today, they supported Wilder when the other ones damn, throwing this hate parade because they didn't like Wilder for whatever reason. But the same ones that's hating on Bud Crawford is doing the same thing that they was in all these debates for to defend Deontay Wilder. They doing the exact same thing, bro. They was up there defending Deontay Wilder. He could do this, he could do that. He's one of the best fighters. They was defending him, bro, to the very end. But yet, they have now taken over with the transformation and doing exactly the same behavior that they was in all these debates with back in the day. They're doing it to Bud Crawford. But the biggest part of it, y'all, check out the ballast of it. Check out the ballast of this shit. Check out the payload of this motherfucker. When it was Deontay Wilder, it was all about racism. Y'all trying to be racist. Latino fans are being racist towards, Deontay Wilder and everything else. It was all about race. They pushed race, race, race. So I'm just trying to ask the creators, boy. The creators, what is it with Bud? What is it? Blacks hating blacks? What is this, reverse racism? What do you call this shit? Like real talk, what is this? Because when it was Wilder, y'all made it about race. But now, Terrence Crawford is getting just as much hate, if not more, from Black Americans. What is that called? Is that considered racism too? I'm just curious. Let me see what y'all talking about in the chat, man. I want to see. I don't get it. They get more super chats by hating on Crawford. No doubt, XO. No doubt they get more super chats, man. Bruce Gas Boxing Jazz in the building. What's good, Bruce? OG on deck, man. Massachusetts fishing and growing. Salute to you. Salute to you. Appreciate you pulling up. Shout out to my guy, Charles on deck. What's good with the weather? Devil Dog. Hoorah to you. Appreciate you pulling up, man. Appreciate you pulling up, my guy. Chase Money on deck. What's good, Chase? In the building. Shout out to my guy, Big Blunts and Boxing on deck, man. Salute, bro. Let me see if I miss anything up here. But that's where I'm at with it, right? I need to acknowledge the CreHATERS. That's what they need to be called, the CreHATERS. Because every time I look on YTC and I'm out this bitch surfing with a longboard, right? It take me back to California when I used to run on the beach, and I was like, these cats really don't know that in one breath they're trying to act like they're encouraging the fight to happen, but they truly aren't. They're not encouraging anything except hate. They're not even encouraging to say, okay, we need this fight right here, right now. We need for this shit to happen ASAP. It's the biggest fight. But then you look at what Crawford ain't doing. Crawford wasn't doing shit at Top Rank. He wasn't doing shit when he left Top Rank. He wasn't doing shit right when he went over to PBC and tried to make the fight. Now, they're trying to say Crawford is ducking going over the Golden Boy. It's only so many premier promoters that's out here in this sport that you can go to. So therefore, if he left Top Rank, right? He said he couldn't get in a fight with him. He can't get in a fight without him. He's an independent contractor. He attempts to go over there with the experience that he has in the sport, right? He attempts to go to the front door. He was denied entry, y'all. They wouldn't let him in for a one-fight deal. The man didn't want a multi-fight. He wanted one fight, uno. At the end is amigo. He wanted one fight. He just wanted Spence. And the bad part about it is they didn't respect that man enough and what he's been able to accomplish in the sport, right? They didn't want to give that man the opportunity under the bright lights to complete what he's already done at 140. Terrence Bud Crawford should be recognized for already wearing a t-shirt for Undisputed, shawty. It ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He already did it. And shout out to Charles Weatherly, bro. with the $20 super chat. Appreciate you, man. You know that means a lot. You know that means a lot. From what we, you know, our history, you know what I'm saying? And the green side, lacing up them boots. That means a lot, brother. Appreciate you donating to the channel. One love to you and your family, brother. You already know what it is. Love the energy, big bro. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat there, Charles. AKA. Mitch says, hold on for a second. I don't believe people hate Crawford just because he's not with the PBC. But hey, I don't, why these weird people on YouTube, how they feel. So pretty much he said that, Mitch said that he don't think, he don't think they hate Crawford just because he ain't with PBC. You're absolutely right. Did I give off the impression that they hate him just because he ain't with the PBC? No, they hate him because he's the biggest threat to all that Mr. Heavy Lifting has done and what they spoke about so much. Not only that, when you're in bed with a promotion, right? You're willing to do and say anything when you sell your soul. Sell your soul for the least amount of value possible. It can be half a penny. It can be a whole penny. You know what I'm saying? You sold your soul to support one promotion and highlight everything about their fighters. Even though deep down right here, deep down in your heart, you know that he can't get the job done. You know Terrence Crawford gonna take that man's soul. You know that shit. But the creators will tell you anything you want to hear because it's doing numbers. They put another hateful thumbnail and a description in this damn algorithm. It brings them money. Terrence Crawford is giving back to the community. Shout it. He's giving back to the community, man. The YTC community should thank Terrence Crawford for giving them the opportunity for this man to get them paid over and over again. You know what I'm saying? Terrence Crawford is donating back to the community. He's not even getting the recognition he deserved. Real talk. He's not even getting the recognition he deserved, y'all. Because the creators come on here with these fake, phony, fraud-ass storylines, right? And it does nothing for the fight. Forget the fight. Let's get some things clear, right? I don't think the fight gonna happen, but forget the fight for now. Let's talk about all the red flags that we've seen already. All the regurgitated toilet paper narratives that was put out here that I flushed, plenty of other people flushed them motherfuckers down the damn toilet and done. We thought it was in the septic tank and we won't see it again. Timothy told us the shit wasn't gonna happen. Timothy told us. Timothy Smith, he told us. Not only that, y'all, I would even say, listen to Exo's live, right? I'm just mentioning recent information, right? Somebody said on this live that makes sense. He said, why didn't we get the fight signed when he stepped in there with Udenis Ugas? Tell me why we didn't get the fight signing, just like Canelo. When Canelo fought Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., the fight with him and Gennady won. Y'all, was already signed, shawty. It was already signed. That shit was already signed. He beat on Chavez Jr. for 12 rounds, and then Gennady jumped in through the ropes, and they announced Canelo. Why couldn't we have that with Udenis Ugas? Why couldn't we have this fight already signed? Because they didn't want the fight, man. These the same creators, once Crawford stopped Sean Porter, November 2021, they was busy up there trying to put Crawford off on Boots. And Boots was the type of fighter that didn't even want that smoke. He didn't want the smoke. They was petitioning the IBF and he's totally out the ring because he ain't there. But Crawford been out the ring 2 fucking months, y'all. December, it turned January. And they was up there saying, hey, Crawford ain't doing anything. He should fight Boots. When they found out Boots didn't want the fight, really, we just went on, saw Errol Spence struggle in there with Ugas. Ugas stopped fighting. Uga stopped throwing punches, got beat up. He received the orders. Yeah, I'm saying he received the orders. He stopped boxing. And then the fight, you know, it ended. Picked up the WBA title. All the heavy lifting. All the heavy lifting. Bah! All the heavy lifting, shawty. To put that motherfucker on the shelf. What the fuck were you doing all the heavy lifting for if you was just going to put the titles on the shelf and say, let's age him out. Let's let that motherfucker get older. I don't want to fight him. I don't want to fight him. How can you have somebody fight in April? And supposedly several months after that, it's the first document that was sent to Crawford to even sign the fight, shawty. What are we talking about? The CreHATERS know this. And they totally understand that Floyd Money Mayweather, who these same CreHATERS was on there being braggadocious because Floyd at one point in time was absolutely with Showtime. You know he loved HBO. First fight of the sign was Showtime, right? Okay, cool. So he went to Showtime and he couldn't be touched, like everybody was using Floyd Mayweather as a measuring stick. You couldn't say anything wrong about Floyd. But hold up, time out. When Floyd sit up there and told y'all that the fight wasn't happening, y'all took that shit and y'all said, no, That's too much facts right there. Floyd up there telling us the fight's not gonna happen. Any other time, his name is golden. But for this, we're gonna debate that shit. We're gonna act like we didn't hear it. We're gonna keep that shit quiescent as a motherfucker. You ain't gonna hear it peep. Serious. We're not gonna say anything about Money Mayweather saying that shit twice. He was on record as saying it twice. But the CreHATERS, the cowards that they are, they want to sit up there and act like Bud Crawford walked away from a fight that PBC was never trying to make. You know what I'm saying? I put the tweet out there, bro. They told the man to get a belt before he stepped up to 147. They told the man to get a belt. He get a fucking belt. They say, oh well, watch me. Go the easy route and collect all the other belts. And then I'll get back to you. Then when he get back to him, he's up here talking about, well, you know, I got to check with Al. You know, I got to check with Al and shit. I got to see what Al got to say, shot. Now, I got to check with Al. Because Al's trying to keep the belts in-house so he can continue to get a two-way, a 33 and a third, so he can get paid off them fighters in-house and make that money back, shot. They didn't want to fight. For you coward, you content creators out there, you know who you are. You're doing nothing but contaminating the ones who out here reporting on the sport with integrity. All you're doing is contaminating the YTC platform. You're going to look back on all the hours that you spent on Crawford just for $1 bill. You know what I'm saying? Just for a fucking $1 bill. When you should have had your punk ass out there working and making a damn a correct living, a respected living. You busy up here putting stuff out online that's going to forever haunt you. For real. You might make the money now, but it's always going to be on display for people to look up what you was talking about. All the lies that you spewed on this man's name. Man, y'all are some of the weakest individuals in this damn boxing game, for real. Because I'm being only social media, right? Only social media, only on this boxing shit. I look at it like there's a lot of things that your platform can contribute to the sport of boxing. But you have chosen to become a creator that blends in with being an influencer. So you figure if all y'all tag along and play patty cake with the same narratives, you can get the word out there. You can get your listeners like, yeah, thank God, man, I got to hear some more fucking Bud hate. I love it, bro. Inject me one more time, please. This on. Inject me in this on. They get powered up off that Bud hate, for real. That's what the creators do. But once again, re-emphasizing Floyd Money Mayweather said that the fight wasn't going to happen. So I'm asking you all, it doesn't matter how many times that you do a live or a thumbnail and you think you get me, you get my attention. I could care less. I take time off and I look at other sports and all that shit, combat sports and all that. You're not, what I'm saying, provocating my attention. I'm just looking at you not holding yourself accountable in the shit that you say. You're not holding yourself accountable, bro. Y'all just throwing away hours of your life talking about this man all the time. And then I heard another creator say some shit like, right, he said, a couple of them, they want to say something in reference to Crawford said, if I catch one of you, right? And in my opinion, he kept the shit light. The reason why I say he kept the shit light was, you're talking about the man who was falsely accused of ducking a fight. That's damning. You know what I'm saying? That's defamation of character, shouting. Like he was accused of ducking a fight, right? No proof, just the same rhetoric that's been out here each and every time. Floyd told y'all, Timothy Smith said, we don't want to insult him. Did they not tell him that? They did, right? Okay. The man came out in January. They said, let's put this to bed in January of 2022. Let's get the shit popping right here. He got in front of the camera. He said what he said, and y'all still brush the shit off. No, we want to blame it on Crawford. We need to do everything possible so the people don't look at this fight as is warranted as the best fight in the best. We're going to fake like we want the fight to happen by tearing down Crawford's name as if he's ducking. But in reality, what we're doing is we're just basically devaluing, we're polluting any type of casual boxing fans that choose to tune into YouTube and say, I've been hearing a lot about this Crawford Spence, man. Is the fight gonna happen? And they come to motherfucking YouTube. They come to YouTube, bro. Look, they come to the ghetto. They come to the motherfucking cesspool of boxing media. That's what this shit is. The cesspool of boxing media. And hear all the damn doo-doo that's floating on the surface up and down the waterways of this YTC, bro. One fighter talk. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know I'm telling the truth. Stop faking the funk, man. Stop faking the funk. Shout out to Mr. Gumbo, a.k.a. Hot Grease on deck, man. Salute to you, Gumbo. Sir Foul Play on deck. What's good? Shout out from Australia, man. Mick in the building. Shout out to the Aussie on deck. What's good with you, mate? When Spence walked out at the end of the Porter fight, before they announced Bud the winner, I knew the fight wasn't going to happen. Listen, I done put this shit to bed plenty of times. I buried it. You know what I'm saying? I buried it. You know how I buried it? You know what I'm saying? I was clear and concise as I possibly could, putting this shit not 6 feet under. It was way deeper than that. You know what I'm saying? Because these CreHATERS, they love to be nosy. They'll go over there to the damn site and they'll stick their head down there sniffing around. You know what I'm saying? Seeking to exhume the motherfucking body that's down there. So they can say, look what we did. We brought it up. This topic was dead, but we revived it. They sitting up there, the motherfucking topics. The topic is smelling like it's in the 3rd stage of rigor mortis. I can't make this shit up. That's how the creators think. They're CreHATERS, bro. They go looking for shit to talk about. I can't make this shit up, dog. These motherfuckers are the worst individuals that you'll run into when it comes to boxing talk. All because of one fucking fighter, dog. Now, let's see what 2023 has, right? Because I'm not going to hold y'all for a long time, but let's look at the 23 picture. We had Tank Davis and Hector Garcia come out the gate, right? So, being that we've heard the same CreHATERS speak about this fight, And potentially, if Crawford would have signed in 2022, it would have been beneficial that we would have been right here, right now, screenshotting flyers, putting that shit out to the world, and having life. Oh, it's finally happened. It's finally happened. Yeah, it's finally happened. It's finally happened. We getting the fight. It's finally fucking happened, yo. It's finally happened. No. The only thing that happened was somebody was accused of dereliction of duty, allowing Errol Spence to get behind the wheel of a vehicle. 4 to 5 days, he said, he was going to announce, after the accident, he was going to announce the big fight. The grand finale. He was going to announce the big fight, whoever that was, right? Being that Crawford is available. And he also put the tweet out and say, I'm ready to spin the block when you are. He said it, man. He was genuine. He said, I'm ready to spin the motherfucking block. Spin it, nigga. Spin it so I can drop your ass off. Nothing. This man goes out here and run into a 14-year-old stunt driver that was looking to be on Hollywood just for one day. He was looking for his goddamn 5 minutes of fame, dog. He got it. This 14-year-old came barreling down the roadway. Spence was sitting there shadow boxing and shit in the back of the car. You know, he was getting his combinations in, you know, moving around. And this 14-year-old ran in front of his car and shit. Now the 4 or 5 days turned into 4 or 5 motherfucking months, dog. How are you going to explain that to the people? How? We ain't believing that shit, dog. We're not believing it. Then, the aerosexual who are primary on the roster of the CreHATERS, right? They refuse to speak on it. This man, there's nothing official have came out about him fighting damn Keith Thurman. That is a duck. You've been on record saying you don't want to fight, man. So I'm like this. I'm like, okay, you don't want to fight, man. Just get off the belts. If you can't make the fucking weight and you want to keep us in limbo, get off the belts, bro. Just leave it alone. Let's go on about our business. But we haven't seen a flyer. We don't know if they fighting in May, June. We don't even know if he even fighting Keith Thurman. The fucked up part about it, right? Once again, in the cesspool of boxing media, all they do is come up with storylines after storylines. And you know what they talking about? Shit that don't have nothing to do with 2023, man. They coming up still talking about BLK Prime. Look, the check is fucking clear, shawty. I don't know what you're talking about. So they talk about BLK Prime. They talking about Avanesian, bro. They keep talking about Avanesian potentially taking action because he believed the gloves, was tampered with and all that. Even though the company, the manufacturer said that what? It's our fault. We produced a bad batch. But yet they want a finger point at Crawford. Okay. Moving full steam ahead, we just going through here looking forward to Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia. We're looking forward to David Benavidez, Caleb Plant. You know what I'm saying? We're looking forward to even Keyshawn Davis and Manuel Tago. We're looking for other fights. Deontay Wilder, Andy Ruiz. We're looking for other fights to entertain us. It's almost like getting a placebo. You want the good shit, but they give you a placebo over and over again. They just give you that placebo over and over again. You're like, oh. Hold on for a second. I know this motherfucker's gonna hit. Damn, nigga. What, they give me some shit? Damn. When this motherfucker gonna hit? It never hit, dog. They just giving you a placebo over and over again, bro. They playing with y'all. This shit is never gonna hit. You know what I'm saying? They just fucking with you up here. My advice to y'all is to always remember that Errol Spence, if there's an award that's going to be given for the top pound for pound Duck Masters Coalition recipient for 2022-2023 should absolutely be Errol Spence Jr. He's been on record, verbally, audio, saying he didn't want to fight Keith Thurman with the one and only Steven Espinosa. He's been on record. He put it out there. He didn't want to fight the man. He's did anything and everything, hiring a 14-year-old stunt driver to wreck his car. He did everything possible. He's ducking Keith Thurman, and they still talking about Crawford. I can't make this shit up, dog. Look, they take action to come up with a fight that does nothing for us. It does nothing for us when it comes to boxing. We don't want to see no non-title fight on 154, Shawty. What the fuck you talking about? We don't want to see this shit. We don't want to see a non-title fight, period. If it's Errol Spence's name in it. Because you don't see Terrence Crawford over here having non-title fights. He didn't go in there with amnesia. Imagine if Bud would have went in there with amnesia and said, this is a non-title fight. They would have said, oh, he's scared. He's scared. He think he gonna lose the title. He don't want to lose the title, so Errol Spence can immediately fight for that title. Because they definitely would have made it. You know what I'm saying? But it didn't happen. He defended his title. Then we go back to Errol Spence, did all the heavy lifting, took the easy route. Yes, you did. So you took the easy route. So therefore, excluding the IBF title, you should be considered to have 2 points to duck. All right, 2 points to duck, quack, quack. You should have 2 points to duck. You want to know who that is? Sean Porter, right? Should be Sean Porter. We'll give you the Kell Brooks situation. We'll give you that. Give you the one title. Sean Porter, right? And Dennis Ugas, right? Keith Thurman, Bud Crawford. We'll give you the automatic 2 points to duck because you could have fought Terrence Crawford earlier, but you chose to take the easy route. So you fought Sean Porter. You fought Sean Porter. And you fought Dennis Ugas, who was not considered the murderer's row of the welterweight division. Then you on record as saying you don't want to fight Keith Thurman because you have an attitude with him. You have a grudge with motherfucking Keith Thurman. Don't nobody give a fuck about grudges in boxing unless you putting these motherfuckers up right here. Don't nobody give a fuck about grudges, bro. Y'all niggas over there talking about, I don't like him. Oh, fuck that. He wouldn't give me a title shot when he had the two titles, the WBC and the WBA. Don't nobody give a fuck, bro. And then when Crawford name come up, it's everything in the fucking book. Y'all literally want him to come as close as violating the Ali Act as possible. The Ali Act prohibits a fighter from fighting for free. You wanted Crawford to come in there and fight just above, give him 1 to 2 cents, 1 to 2 cents. You know what I'm saying? Give him 99, close to $1. You wanted that man to go in there and fight damn near for free. When the previous opponents that he was fighting, they never had to go through this format. They never had to go through this format. Not getting a guarantee. If you had money for them, you got money for Crawford, right? I can't make this shit up, bro. I can't make this shit up. Tony, what good? Tony say good to see your camera. Hey, what's going on, Destiny Black? Destiny Black in the building. Salute to you. Appreciate you pulling up. Hey, I don't know. And people say that all the time, man. It's not like my earlier time I wasn't on camera. You know, I was on camera all the time, bro. But you know how it goes, man. I have committed to telling the people, yeah, I'm gonna come on camera every now and then and talk my shit when it comes to boxing, and interact with the fans a little bit more. Plus, people start to create stories when you're not on camera. They started saying, motherfucker, shit, he hooked up to an oxygen ventilator, goddammit. You know what I'm saying? He up there with tubes out his nose and shit. That's why he don't come on camera no more. You know what I'm saying? The motherfucker strung out on drugs, dog. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to beat this too much in the ground because it's already been there. It's been stepped on. You know what I'm saying? It's been disrespected. It's a lot that's been going on. And looking at this forecast in 2023, I really don't see anything changing, y'all. Still stormy weather. Still stormy weather. We may not even get this fight, period. I know people got hope, right? They talking about 154. I don't care. I don't care, you know, because I know Bud Crawford wanted to fight and Errol Spence ducked him. I don't like using the word duck, duck, quack, quack, but this man has been on record as not wanting to fight Crawford, not wanting to fight them Keith Thurman, and turn around and Floyd Mayweather said the fight's not going to happen because of that side over there. B-Hop came on record and said fighters used to get paid 12-round money for a 4-round fight. Now the times has changed. They can't present that type of monetary purses. Give you 12-round purse for a 4-round fight. Things have changed. Money has changed. Now you got people happen to fight. They're trying to put every fight on pay-per-view, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? They have to put it on pay-per-view. So a good question that was asked today, right, on EXO's panel was, who does Crawford fight next? Right? So let's understand something. His selection process is very limited at the beginning and the end of the day. It's not too many names that Crawford's going to be able to fight that will appease people. Now, they'll go on record and say some shit like, yeah, we want him to fight Errol Spence. But we don't even know what the fuck Errol Spence is doing right now. We don't know where he's at. We don't know if he's in the gym. We don't know anything. Exclude his name out of it. Okay, the next in line, they say Boots. Okay, Boots is talented enough, right? And in the boxing facet to step in the square and fight Terrence Crawford. He is, man. He's talented enough. But he's just not experienced enough. He can box, right? He has the eye test. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes down past that, IQ for IQ, skill for skill, experience factor, nah. So check this out. What if Terrence Crawford was to fight Boots? He goes in there and defeat him. Would y'all give him credit, the CreHATERS? Or would you turn around and say, well, you saw what happened with Korean Chudikin. You saw he couldn't deal with a fighter that moves. You know what I'm saying? Listen. That's why he's trying to fight Romani Villa, the same guy who just got off Rashidi Ellie's, right? He just got off Rashidi Ellie's ass, right? Look, check this out. Listen, that is a good matchup because both of them are going to try to stand in the pocket and trade. But the only thing about it, Crawford isn't going to stand there like that. He's going to systematically break your ass down over time and get the finish, bro. So why would they want Boots to go in there and fight Crawford if it's a bad fucking matchup? Errol Spence is more accommodating to Boots as far as stylistically. And also, they wholeheartedly, Bose is not going to say it, but they truly understand that Errol Spence is the easy route when it comes to selection, the fork in the road. Should we go left to the Omaha Monster, or should we go right to the Long Island boxer that they call Errol Spence Jr.? The one that's been in the car accident and everything else. Should we go right? Yeah, he has all the belts. You know what I'm saying? He has the 3 belts. He has a quantity that will look real good. We can just pick up the heavy lifting. And then let's say, for instance, Boots Ennis go in there and beat Errol Spence. We can't say, as true boxing fans, that he would be inclined to go over here and fight Terrence Crawford, who may indeed still be campaigning at the 147. We can't sit up here and assume that shit because we've seen what happened by Errol Spence taking the fucking easy route, y'all. He was talking all that heavy lifting, and then when he did that, he got all the belts in his possession. All of a sudden, they take forever and a day to send the motherfucking paperwork, dog. This shit, dog. Dog, when you hear stories like this, don't frown, man. Just laugh. I'm telling you, dog. This shit is wild, bro. Just when you turn the corner, you think we're about to get the fight, it doesn't present itself. I thought this shit was an exit. I thought I was getting off at an exit. Damn, they must have did some construction around this bit. No, man. It's the hocus pocus of boxing. Remember that. They want to throw Boots up there at the beginning of 2022. They ain't throwing him up there after he got out of the ring with Korean. You know what I'm saying? Hey, nothing against Team Ennis, man. Respect to the brothers. But they ain't ready for Terrence Crawford. They know it. They going the Errol Spence route because they believe that's an easier fight for them. He may have more belts, but that's an easier route because Bud is that dude. He's much more skilled overall, and his IQ is much more advanced, in my opinion, than Boots Ennis and Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Real talk. Good way to break that down, OG. Appreciate you. WCS, they keep going in circles. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Hey, Gumbo, they keep on going in circles, right? You said 285. I know you didn't bring 285 up in this spot, right? Yeah, you did. They keep on going around in circles of 285. You know what I'm saying? They think they're going somewhere quick in a hurry, but all they doing is just down circling the motherfucking wagon, y'all. They just keep circling the motherfucking wagon, bro. Seriously. Hey, I know y'all don't listen to me talk about this shit, but I just really want to address the creators who still making money and believe that they're growing their channel off running a smear campaign, a torchlit parade. You know what I'm saying? They're protesting something that doesn't need protesting. You feel me? During the pandemic, if you remember, it was a lot of people protesting for peace and change and all that. But yet you had the agitators who was out there trying to have people riot. Those are the creators. The creators are the agitators of the YTC. Always remember that. They are the agitators. They act like they want to say this is the biggest fight. But every time they open their lips, they talking some bullshit, dog. They're talking some hateful, personal, derogatory type narratives. I'm not here to stop it. Look, I'm not trying to stop these dudes from doing nothing. That's what they would want. If I was getting on here angry and upset, that's what they would want. I know the ones who be taking shot at me subliminally and they want me to mention their name over this topic. It's not worth anything. Man, make your freaking 2 cents, $3, whatever you got going on. You know what I'm saying? Continue to take away from your life, shawty. I don't put y'all name out there. You know who you are. You know, you can sit up here and talk about the same shit. But I know for a fact, your fighter better come up with a flyer sometime soon. For y'all's sake, he needs to come up with a flyer to say that he's fighting somebody of valid interest. Like if it's Keith Thurman, okay, former unified champion, okay, cool, whatever. But when is the fight gonna happen? And do we really care? It's no beef. It's no, I know it's a little bit of bad history for Keith Thurman ignoring the little baby. And he got upset because he wouldn't be acknowledged and he started pouting and poking his lip out. I get it. But nothing like to the extent of Bud Crawford, Errol Spence situation. That's where we at. This Keith Thurman situation, it's not as intense. You know what I'm saying? The level of animosity from the people who support their fighter, it's not even close. Keith Thurman just out there and they say, yeah, he used to be the unified champion. Okay, he out there, whatever. But always remember, y'all, always remember this right here. When it comes to the aerosexuals, they always upset and sensitive. They always upset. They mad. They angry. And then when it comes to The Bud supporters, our logic is, I'm not speaking for them, I'm not a spokesperson, but our logic is just that. It's logic. We look at it from a logical standpoint. We try to come up with talking points that benefit these two stepping in the ring. We attempt to address the hate and rhetoric that's been basically floating on the surface, the thick, oily residue that you see out here. You know what I'm saying? In this cesspool of media. We try to clean it up. We try to do our best to sanitize the area. You know what I'm saying? When you hear Crawford supporters, it's pretty much like being in a room of people who have an advanced education and they know how to speak to one another most of the time and have peaceful, carefree conversation. When you get to the aerosexuals, and we're talking about straight out the halfway house, we're talking about homeschool individuals. We're talking about maybe a little Ritalin, in there, some Monster energy drinks, Red Bull mixed together, 5-hour energy. We're really talking about short-tempered, you know what I'm saying? Degenerates. These individuals are always fucking mad. They mad. And they'll come over there and try to start little micro type of freaking squads where they send these search teams out to other people's chats. You know what I'm saying? Hey, let me screenshot your dog. Let me screenshot your dog. I got your dog. Hey, dude, there's some angry people, dog. You feel me? There's some angry people, dog. I think I saw them. Man, shout out to the Mac Mob, AK with the Wolf Pack on deck, man. What's good with you, Mac? Appreciate you pulling up, bro. Man, Don Dada in the building. What's good? What's good? Y'all definitely be sure to go over there and check out them channels. The Mac Mob, man. The Exo Factory, Big Boss from Boxing. You know what I'm saying? Check these dudes out, man. Check them out. Support them. You feel me? Support them. Uncle Rufus ass clowns, for real. They emotional, man. They extremely emotional, man. You know how they say as men, right? We take logic, and rationale over emotions, right? But for the aerosexuals, first and foremost, they prioritize emotion over logic and rationale. That's facts. That is facts, shawty. Them are some of the most emotional human beings that you would ever run into in life. Because look, you can't come over here and be that emotional and angry and cussing and yelling and forming new coalitions to go over here and screenshot motherfuckers and then threaten people with wrenches and shit. Hey man, I talked to my people. I talked to the HR department, and this is what we came to. It has been evidenced, receipts. The evidence is out there that you were seeing in 4 other channels that we don't support. So hold up. Before you say anything, what I want to get across to you is you have a wrench, all right? You know the little tool to make you a little bit more important where another wrench can't time you out, which you can actually delegate those duties down to those who aren't wrenched up. It gives you another level of power, right? Now, I was talking to my PR and HR department, and we seen you over here in these 4 other channels. Now, I'm trying to tell you, real talk, we can't tolerate that. And those channels was channels that are supporting the Bud Crawford. Now, you know we can't do that. Now, you have to make a decision for yourself. Do you want to be in blue? Do you want to have that wrench next to your name? Or are you going to continue to go over there to these channels that don't know anything about boxing? See, we, the aerosexuals, they put us on a high pedestal. I'm talking about a high pedestal of respect in this boxing community. The way we look when we come up out the bottom depths in this motherfucking cesspool of defecation and fecal matter, and when we got down, rub our face down and wash our bodies and cleanse ourselves and all that shit. You know what I mean? They respect us. They respect who we fucking are. They say, damn, if they can swim around in so much shit every week talking about Bud Crawford, and they don't goddamn smell the stench. They don't smell the stench, y'all. They walk up in that mug, they get up, they say, oh man, I'm getting used to this. Whew. God damn, there's a little acid reflux in that motherfucker too, damn. I'll be good though. They go in there and look at some clean clothes. They go in there and put some clean clothes over that shit, the stank. They go off to work, y'all. Let me see if I put a thumbnail up this motherfucker. Let me see, Bud Crawford, what did he do today? Bud Crawford goes on vacation, and he goes on vacation to Thailand when he could be negotiating with Spence. Yeah. Shows again he's a duck. I just can't make this shit up, dog. For real, man, I can't make this shit up. Trap media on deck, man. He said he lost the wrench for being over here. Well, look. Hey, shout out to Jamal Neezy in the building. Hey, listen, if y'all are losing wrenches, I haven't heard too much about y'all losing wrenches for the little channel, right? I haven't even reached 10,000 subs yet, bro. My only thing is, I'm just asking for y'all to be men. Be soldiers. Know how to think for yourself. This is all superficial titles and shit. Now, I can see if you were paid an extra stipend for being on someone's channel a certain amount of time as a wrench. If they was cutting you a check, dog. If they was showing love, I'm talking about YouTube, for being wrenched up on a channel. Now, that's a reason for you to really take that shit serious. But all it is a freaking a picture. It allows you a little bit more mobility to maneuver through the chat. That's all it is. It allows you to be recognized as someone who support the host. And they have acknowledged you supporting them. And they say, okay, let me wrench you up because I believe you will be a person with integrity enough to the point where shit got out of hand with the trolls. You'll know what to do. You know what I'm saying? You had a foot soldiers on deck, shouty. That's all. But I don't have no words. If they took your wrench for being over here, that just proves what I'm saying. They petty as hell. Fuck them. Fuck them, man. I can't do nothing for you. I can't give you no refund. Can't do none of that shit, bro. I'm happy a toolbox in my truck because I depend on YouTube riches. My truck would be broken. Man, you ain't lying, dog. If you hey, Gubbo, it's just like you have that toolbox and you crack that motherfucker open. Ain't shit in there. That's a YouTube wrench. You have to get on the phone. Hey, man, shit, I had like 5 wrenches in. No, that was yesterday, brother. I told you. You can't do it. We have evidence. We have receipts. You was over there. And then not only that, you're up here supporting the channel. You're laughing at comments that this dude, man, get the fuck out of here, dog. Them aerosexuals, get the fuck out of here, bro. Hey, man, y'all already know what it is. I'm not going to stay on here too long. Appreciate y'all for pulling up as always. You know what I'm saying? Hey, make sure you hit the like button on your way out. Like I said, I'm trying to warm up to the camera thing. I'm going to try my best to come on here more often and talk some shit. But it is fight night, right? It is fight night. We have the very gorgeous Alicia Baumgartner. In all respect, okay? No disrespect here. You know what I'm saying? Me and Tony has pretty much worked out our differences because I felt that he pulled my paperwork to actually be the trainer of Alicia Baumgartner in the first place. I did feel some type of way about that. You know what I'm saying? But we worked it out. You know what I'm saying? You know, he challenged me to the freaking sparring, 8-round sparring. I said, no, it ain't that serious. You can go ahead and have it. You can go ahead and have it. But if y'all want to know who was really originally supposed to be the trainer of Baumgartner, me. Every time I see her go in there and pick up another title, I'm saying to myself, I need partial credit for that right there. Real talk, I need partial credit for that shit. But the gorgeous Baumgartner, the bomb herself, is going to be contending for Undisputed. Clap it up, shawty. Real talk. Amanda Serrano, multi-division future Hall of Famer, contending for Undisputed. Give it up for the women. Give it up for the women, dog. Real talk. Give it up for them. I ain't gonna lie. But hey, I'll be back on later probably. Once again, appreciate y'all for linking up with WCS. I'm still trying to look before I go, right? Speaking about subs and all that, right? I appreciate y'all subbing to the channel, and those who donate to the Cash App, and those of you that donate to the channel. I appreciate you. I can't say it enough. Thank you for supporting the channel with boxing content that makes sense. That's all I can say. Boxing content that makes sense. But check this out. Stay away from the creators. Don't put your ears too close to them, because that shit get very, very annoying, and it can kind of get you disappointed and depressed sometimes. You understand? You feel me? But we should do it again. I'm trying to be consistent with coming on and talking to the supporters. I appreciate y'all interacting, always interacting and everything. It's not my usual setup. Usually when I go like this, I have a whole nother different setup than I do when I'm going live, which is cool. But until next time, man, y'all continue to handle your business, stay in shape, keep your mind right. You feel me? And support the channel. Turn up and tune in to World Combat Sports, man. I'm out.